Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and once again it's time for a full body workout, but a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like and drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. All right, on the squats today, I kind of went with a little bit more of a hybrid. I've been doing pretty much high bar just for my pause work. I went with felt like a slightly wider stance, a slightly wider grip. I didn't like it as much as what I did last time. Right, it just didn't feel as comfortable as what I did on Friday. I also did this back angle, but I mean, I took the double, nice pause work. But I'll probably go back to what I was doing like Wednesday and Friday in terms of it. It just felt a little bit better. Benching, pretty good. I'm happy with it today. The 315 for 4 felt pretty good. I'm really comfortable with doing a top set on this and occasional doing the back off work with a 225. I got 18 on it last week again, so I want to eventually get that to 20. But I feel like just dips work great right now as far as what I'm doing. The only thing I'm unhappy with today was the overhead pressing, and I'll talk about that when we get to it. I might need to make some adjustments there. I'm probably being a little too aggressive with it. I noticed that my shoulder hurts a little bit while I was doing it. Couldn't lock it out. So I'll discuss that when I get to it. So again, I need to make sure as I'm rebuilding that and working on the shoulder health, I'm careful. So that's going to be the one real complaint from today. Deadlifting overall felt good. One problem though, it's getting cold out there. And I know people are like, why are you uncovered? Because I'm okay. My hands don't like it. My body is perfectly fine with the cold. All right. I like cold, but I did notice though on the deadlifts today with that cold bar, my hands were cold, the bar was cold. I'm like, really? How is it that I'm not freezing out here? But my dang hands, as soon as I gripped the bar, it's like I wanted to stop at a triple. My hands felt cold. So I want to keep working the grip work and stuff. And one of the things I did here, I like doing the reverse hypers. And I feel like they got me back to where I got those sets of 6 with the 500 on the deadlift. But the problem is if I'm doing them on the off days on the GPP, they feel like they create a lot of fatigue. So I'm like, let's just do one really high rep back off set after deadlifts, So I did do a set today just to have something in to go with the deadlifts. And then the GPP days, I can do stuff that doesn't interfere. Now, I will state on the GPP days, one of the mistakes I feel like I'm making, all the really high rep kettlebell stuff, while it feels good, it feels like it fatigues my overhead. And then I noticed when I did the overhead on Friday, it felt a little funny in the shoulder. And I noticed today, and I don't normally get shoulder pain. So as I've been rehabbing that stuff over time, I don't get shoulder pain. I just don't have the range of motion. So I've been slowly working on that. Now today, after overhead pressing, my right shoulder hurts a little bit. And only when I go into certain positions, it's like, okay, so this is a warning sign. I'm being a little too aggressive. I need to back the weight back down. I probably need to go back to a slightly wider grip where I get a better lockout and reduce the weight again and slowly build it up, right? I'm just going to have to be patient and check my ego on it again. Check my ego. But as far as the other stuff goes, as I've said previously, I'm going to just keep training my arms the way I've been training my legs. Because again, I've noticed that my arms have struggled to get caught up. I did tons of bodybuilding work for a long time here. It doesn't really help. I'm like, I'm going to go back to when I know my arms were at their biggest. And that's when I trained them a lot like my legs. We just progressively overload big movements that we know hit them. Why? Dips, and then chin-ups and pull-ups for the biceps. My triceps have always been historically biggest when I did this. And the thing to keep in mind, when I've done dips and progressed on these, I can take 2-3 weeks off from doing tricep extensions and then hit a PR on the extensions, which means the tips increase my extensions. So let's just not overtrain arms. Let's just treat arms like I do all the other body parts. Quit trying to treat them as special for me, and I can just do that with my shoulders, right? I'll just go on the delts. But I feel like this is a better approach, and I know historically it's worked a little better. I'm just going to quit coming in and just doing all this isolation. Let's just really let just dips, chins, and pressing and stuff grow my arms, just progressively overload those movements and see where it lands. But overall, dips felt pretty good today. I get a heck of a chest and tricep burn when I do them. I'm a big fan, right? Love the dips. Chins, the same thing. I got sevens. Now, on this second set, I got six, and then I did a rest pause to get a seven. So I'm like, I'm going to get the seven. So the other thing I did note when my biceps were at their biggest, people noticed I did do a little bit more close grip, neutral grip, and some close grip shins. So I'm like, let's mess with the closer grip shins for just a bit. Let's just get strong at them. And it doesn't matter that people don't like my range of motion because that is my full lockout. That's where my elbows lock. But notice my scapula come apart. But it's like, so if we go into the full range, we're good. So everyone notice all the issues I have on the range of motion is what? It's that lockout position. But it's only going to improve by working it. So, and we know that stretching and stretching and stretching doesn't help me. But dynamic stuff has. Like some of the dynamics have got me to where I can even do pull-ups and chin-ups again a couple years back, right? So I know that this is what we need to do. We just need to do loaded movements. So again, I just do weighted chins and I will overhead press and do the overhead pressing that I am capable of doing, right? So I did a rest pause there. Now here's where we ran into a little bit of minor issues, right? We ready for it? I went over to last time I not only increased the weight, I went back to that real close grip. So I feel like with that I can't lock. It's less of a lockout than I had. Right? 95, I was able to get 12s and all that stuff. But now that I've gone over to this, all it's doing, I feel like it's just beating my shoulders up. And I know it's only 115. People are like, dude, we've seen you do like 10 plus reps, 135. Before. I've done 225 strict press when I was strong on overhead. But I'm going to have to just keep checking my ego. Right? We got to check the ego. Got to check the ego. Because I'm got some shoulder pain today from it, right? So it didn't. I didn't feel it on the laterals, by the way. So these plate laterals feel great. So on these, I picked up a rep. I think I got like 22 twice last time. I got like 23 today. These feel really good in my shoulders. So I'm going to keep doing laterals with plates. I'm just going to double down, do some shoulder work here. But the overhead press, again, I'm going to have to reduce the weight back a little bit and just keep slowly building it up. But I have to be able to use weights and grips to where I can get really close to a lockout. Today, it just wasn't. So again, I'm watching the footage carefully and assessing that, going, okay, check the ego. Even though I'm looking at it going, even 115 is stupidly light. That's silly for me. Even that, on that movement, until I rebuild all of that, it's just too heavy. Check the ego. Check the ego free. So let's focus on doing that correctly and not getting hurt. But laterals, these felt good. And then I finished up with one set of neck extension. So I got 20 reps with a 45 Friday on the neck extension. So I went ahead and went up to the 55-pound plate. I think I got 13. I counted 13 reps. So going like a bit heavier. Lost some reps, but it's still a good number of rep count, so I'm happy with it. So I'm glad I used the 55 today. So I'm going to do that little bit of neck work and everything because I feel like the neck strength and the posture there will help with the overhead. Also, that can be a factor in your overhead mobility. And I'm just going to have to, again, continue slowly rebuild that overhead work. But overall, happy with most of the workout, especially all the pressing type stuff as far as chest. The dips and the benching were all good today. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.